Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Counter Side. So in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is awakened characters you should save for. Now we all know awakened characters are some of the strongest characters in the entire game, and they do require special or specific materials to summon for them. So you can say they are limited banner. And yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to summon for every single one of the awakened character that comes out. So I've decided to make this video to showcase or talk about the awakened characters you guys should save for. Now, I'm not going to lie, there is a lot of good awakened characters. So far in the SEA server, we have about 15 awakened characters, I think. 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah, 15 awakened characters so far. And out of that 15, I'm pretty sure 12 of them are definitely strong characters. So yeah, it's going to be very hard. So that's why I decided to limit the awakened characters I talk about to 5 strong awakened characters. Doesn't mean that the other ones are bad. In fact, some of them could actually be put in this list, so this could be a subjective list. But yeah, hopefully this video is helpful and you guys find it entertaining. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on Counter Side. Let's get to 10k subscribers. At 10k subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys don't want to miss out on upcoming and future Counter Side video, make sure that post notification is on, so click that bell icon. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. It helps out with the algorithm, and it also helps people find this video as well, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of free to plays out there trying to find out which awakened characters to save for. Okay, let's get right into it. So we actually got the roadmap for global version. Now with the roadmaps, we know some of the awakened characters that will be coming out. So we know that in the month of June, awakened Yumina will be coming out. We also know that in the month of August, the awakened Now Yubin will be coming out. Now some did tell me that they skipped one awakened unit in the previous month. So in the month of July, it didn't say which awakened unit will be coming out. So I'm pretty sure it might be awakened unit actually. I'm not too sure at the moment, but yeah, that's what we only know so far about which awakened characters will be coming out. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the top 5 awakened characters you guys need to save for and summon for in the future. The awakened characters I will be talking about are both very good in PvE and PvP content, so it isn't just going to be one-sided with like whether they're just only good in PvP or whether they're only good in PvE. So yeah, like I said, there is a lot of good awakened characters, but let's start off with number 1. We have Yoon. Now, although I say number 1, he isn't the best out of the ones I'm going to talk about right now. It does have some exploitable weaknesses that yeah, people might actually use and can actually make him not that good in PvP. But in PvE, he actually shines a lot in some of the raids and dive and even shadow plays as well, because of his counter ability. Now we all know right now with the SR Yoon, he has that counter ability. Well, that's technically what this SR what's called Yoon does as well. Whenever it counters, he can actually reduce his cooldown for his special, so that in turn you can actually deal more damage. You need to build him with cooldown reduction just so that you can do special over and over again. That special can actually increase his skill haste by 50%, and is also able to cast perfect evasion on himself. With that evasion, enemies will basically miss him. Now he does have a weakness, which is if you're going against units that can actually remove buff, he is technically going to get destroyed. And if you're also going against mech teams, he's also going to get destroyed. So yes, it does sound like he has a lot of weakness against him in PvP, but he is a character that will shine once his week comes out. Now in PvP, the week or the meta changes every single week, with characters getting banned and new opportunities for characters to go up. So when that week comes out, when mech units are banned or units that can remove buffs are not being used that much, if you use this awakened Yoon, he is absolutely going to be insane in PvP. Now in PvE, is also a character that will shine as well in raid. Now raid is where you go against that big boss. He is a character you will actually want to use on Gets, because he's able to counter the boss's special as well. Moving on to number 2, we have the Awakened Horizon, who was newly released in the SEA server, and she has completely taken over the game. Basically, she is one of the strongest awakened characters or awakened striker characters in the game. Now, although Horizon is a strong character, she's actually a mech unit, if you guys don't know that. So there's not that many good mech characters in the game, but Awakened Horizon, yeah, blows that out the park. There is 2 other strong strong PvP orientated mech unit, but with Horizon she's both good in PvE and PvP. I will say a must-have just because she's an air type unit, so she has a skill which basically can help her launch right at the ship and completely annihilate your enemy. So PvP, she is definitely one of the strongest PvP characters available. In PvE as well, her damage is insane because she's an air type unit, and because of the knockback or the thing that launches her, she's able to do huge AoE damage at the enemy. She's also able to spam her special skill over and over again as long as there's a distance. So where is it? Where does that skill say it? Blah 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 blah. So tracks down the targets to deal AoE damage with a skill before falling back, ignores cooldown and casts skill for targets beyond 6 meters. So if the target is beyond 6 meters, she basically just does a special. And I've seen a couple of videos where she's just able to spam this over and over again, and she's absolutely insane. Definitely want to pull for this unit. Right now I am actually using her a lot in PvE as well, just because I actually enjoy this character. She's one of my favorite units right now. So that is number 2. Moving on to number 3, we have the Yoon, who was or still is regarded as one of the strongest damage dealers in the entire game. Now, all the awakened characters I mentioned right now, their damage is 10 out of 10. With Yoon, it's like an 11 out of 10, just that little bit better than them, but all of them still have huge amount of damage. All you need to know is she can deal huge amounts of damage. She summons basically rifles that deal damage for her as well. So when you're looking at the amount of damage dealt, there will be the Yoon, her own damage, and below her will be the rifles damage as well. So if you combine both those damage, you're going to see how insane she is. She does have a survivability skill or passive, where if she takes a considerable amount of damage, she can actually jump back, so it moves her closer to the ship, and your other allies can actually go back in front and protect her while she still deals damage from a range or damage from afar. So absolutely insane damage dealer, definitely a must-have. She can actually solo, or her and another awakened character, either it's Yoon or the awakened Yoon, can actually solo shadow plays, though that is actually very, very good. Moving on, so I believe I've gone over 1, 2, 3. Now moving on to number 4, we have the what's called Yoon. Now Yoon, although she's a very strong character, I'm not gonna lie, I don't use her that much. I'm just saying that right now. So she is absolutely insane because she can buff up non-awakened ranger characters by giving them skill haste of 33%, meaning that your ranger characters can deal huge amount of damage. And we all know that ranger characters can do some of the most damage dealing characters in the game. So if you do use the Yoon with her, or the Kao Wong, or any other ranger characters, she can reduce the cooldown and make sure they're able to do the special and ultimates a lot faster. Now, not only is she good for that, she's also one of the strongest air type units in the game. Now, in Gauntlet, you will actually notice a lot more how OP she is, because most of the skill gets a buff when she's in Gauntlet. So in Gauntlet, as you can see, additional inflicts damage to air type units by 33%. So I did talk about, actually I haven't talked about it, but Awaken Horizon over here, one of the strongest character, but there is a hard counter for her. It's not out right now in the SEA server, but in the future will be coming out. Another Awakened character. There is still a counter for her, which are other air type units right now. And that unit will be the Yoon, because Yoon targets air type units way before she targets the ground type units. Whilst Horizon targets whichever enemy she sees, mostly it's ground type units. So whilst the Awakened Horizon is targeting the ground, or any other units are targeting the ground, the Yoon will not even care. She'll just attack the air type unit straight away. And in Gauntlet, she does more damage. So in Gauntlet, you're going to notice how OP she is. Her ultimates can deal a huge amount of damage and grants her immunity to hit stun from special or lower skill for 12 seconds, so she's able to protect herself. With her special, she casts a barrier equal to 30% of HP for 6 seconds, damage resistance for barrier duration as well. So absolutely insane character. She will be used a lot in the guild raid, in raid feature as well. She is going to be one of the strongest damage dealer air type units as well. So both Horizon and Yoon are both strong air type unit, but Yoon might actually be much more better to use just because of her deployment cost being only 5. With Horizon it is 6, but she's absolutely insane. She's also a striker unit, so you can't technically compare both of those units because the one is a striker, one is a ranger character. But Yoon with a low cost as well is absolutely insane. So any of the awakened characters with a 5 deployment cost and have good skill are absolutely insane. And that brings me over to the final awakened character, Ministra, who in my opinion is a must-have. People will say that Ministra is the awakened character you must get just because she provides you with huge amounts of debuff to the enemy. So she is able to, let's go over to this passive over here. She's able to decrease the enemy's attack speed and skill haste by 33%. And when her HP drops below 60%, she basically jumps backwards, protecting herself, and summons Spiral. Now, Spiral is also one of the, or Spiral, sorry, is one of the strongest striker characters in the entire game. And when the Awaken Minister summons the Spiral, it's pretty much GG's for any characters that are hiding behind. For example, the Awaken Yoon or any sniper characters will probably get GG just because Spiral can basically teleport. I'll call it teleport, but she can get all the way to the back and deal huge amounts of damage to ranger or striker characters. Now, Ministra with her debuff as well can cancel healing as well. Now, that's why right now with my Ministra, I've actually gave her the best gear I have available on my account. She's a character I will always use. She is going to be there in my PvE team, and even PvP, if I can use her, I will absolutely use her. She is absolutely insane. Her damage as well is also very good. Like I said, all of the awakened characters I talked about right now, their damage is absolutely insane. Obviously, Yoon being a much better, stronger damage dealer, but it's not by much, to be honest. But with Ministra, damage is insane, debuff is insane, what's it called, summon Spiral, so basically 2-in-1 character. So absolutely a cracked character. Now, if you take a look at the deployment cost, it's only 5. This character does so much, and the deployment cost is only 5. Definitely one of the strongest ranger characters in the entire game. So those are the top 5 awakened characters that I recommend you guys to save and summon for. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the other awakened characters I didn't talk about are absolutely insane. For example, the Replacer Queen, one of the strongest sniper characters in the entire game. She's still very good in PvP. The only reason why I didn't want to talk about her is because there's technically a replacement for her, which is the Xiaolin, and because her cost is only 4, this is a great replacement to the Replacer Queen, but Replacer Queen does more stronger AoE damage compared to the Xiaolin. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for more content on Counter-Side. Tell me down in the comment section which awakened characters you guys will be skipping. Now, obviously, it does say in the roadmap that the next awakened character coming out is going to be the Yoon. I will actually tell you guys to skip. Actually, I just realized I haven't opened this up. So let's go ahead and do this in this video. Got myself the Awakened Yoon. You will get this in the anniversary, hopefully, for Counter-Strike Global. You just have to wait a year. But yeah, skip on that Awakened Yoon in my opinion. Skip on the Na Yubin as well, only very good in PvP. Hopefully you find this video enjoyable and entertaining. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony.